In our daily lives, it's all too common to feel like just another face in the crowd, especially in our interactions and relationships. This sense of being overlooked can diminish our self-esteem and disconnect us emotionally from those around us. But what if there was a way to change how we are seen and appreciated by others? Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that emphasizes resilience and personal virtue, offers practical solutions for these modern dilemmas. This video explores 10 Stoic principles that promise to not just improve your visibility, but ensure you are prioritized and valued in every sphere of your life. Each Stoic rule we'll discuss serves as a powerful tool for personal empowerment, teaching us to create a life where we are respected and sought after rather than neglected. From cultivating an aura of mystery to fostering a fearless independence, these rules guide us in building stronger, more balanced relationships. We'll navigate through each principle seamlessly, connecting the dots to form a coherent narrative that not only educates but also inspires. By applying these timeless strategies, you can elevate your presence, turning everyday interactions into opportunities for meaningful engagement. Join us as we unlock the secrets of Stoicism to transform your social dynamics and help you stand out in the best possible ways. Rule 1. Become mysterious. In the tapestry of human interaction, there's a compelling allure to the unknown. The mysterious figure in the room always captures the imagination. This is not merely a trope of novels and films, but a powerful principle of Stoicism that can be harnessed to enhance how we are perceived and prioritized by others. To become truly memorable and engaging, one must learn the art of maintaining an air of mystery. With its roots deep in rational and deliberate living, teaches that restraint and a measured disclosure of oneself can add depth and intrigue to one's personality. By choosing not to lay all our cards on the table at once, we not only protect our inner sanctuary but also invite others to gradually discover the layers of our persona. This gradual revelation keeps acquaintances and even friends continually engaged and intrigued, drawn to the complexity of our character, just as one is drawn to a mystery novel, eager to turn the next page. How then can we apply this Stoic principle to our everyday lives to become a magnet of interest? The strategy begins with self-awareness, knowing what to reveal and what to withhold. Instead of sharing every detail of our lives in conversations or on social media, we should selectively share insights that prompt further questions. For instance, mentioning a hobby or a recent travel experience briefly without delving into the details can prompt others to inquire more, thereby maintaining an dialogue and interest. Moreover, maintaining an air of mystery involves more than just verbal restraint. It encompasses our availability and predictability. Just as scarcity increases value, the less predictable and more self-sufficient we appear, the more others are drawn to us, perceiving our time and attention as something to be earned. This doesn't mean playing games with people's emotions, but rather ensuring that our engagement with others is always thoughtful and never taken for granted. As we navigate through these social dynamics, it is crucial to remember that the ultimate goal is not to become aloof or enigmatic at the expense of genuine connections. Rather, by integrating Stoic wisdom into our interactions, we aim to cultivate a persona that is both intriguing and engaging, ensuring that our presence is both felt and valued. Through the strategic unveiling of our depths, we invite others not just to observe, but to participate actively in the unfolding story of who we are. In this way, we transform everyday encounters into a canvas of mutual discovery, painting strokes that draw others in, compelling them to prioritize and value the relationship they build with us. Rule 2. Create a fear of losing you. In a world where everyone seeks a place of importance in the lives of others, being perceived as irreplaceable isn't just a boon, it's a necessity. This leads us to the second Stoic rule for life, creating a fear of losing you. According to Stoicism, the key to being valued isn't merely in being present, but in becoming so integral to the lives of others that the mere thought of your absence is unsettling. To weave this philosophy into the fabric of our everyday interactions, we must cultivate an image of independence and essentiality. Independence is not about isolation, rather, it's about the freedom from needing others to validate our worth, which paradoxically makes us more desirable. When we are seen as self-sufficient, people respect our autonomy and are more drawn to us, perceiving our company not as a given but as a gift. Practically speaking, becoming irreplaceable involves honing unique skills and nurturing a distinct personality that cannot be easily replicated. This might mean developing expertise in your professional field that colleagues depend on, or cultivating a unique sense of humor that lights up your social circle. Each interaction should leave a subtle imprint of your uniqueness, making the idea of your absence feel like a significant loss. Furthermore, establishing yourself as a necessary part of a community or relationship involves consistent contribution without overextension. Share your thoughts and time generously, but wisely. Let each engagement enrich others' lives so they feel a gap in your absence. If you are a mentor, provide indispensable advice, but encourage independence, so while your mentees grow on their own, they also realize the unique value you add to their lives. This strategic positioning requires a delicate balance. It's about being so effectively present in your engagements that your absence would be noted, yet not so omnipresent that you are taken for granted. It involves setting boundaries that respect your time and contributions, making sure that others recognize and appreciate your value consciously and subconsciously. In embodying this Stoic rule, you transform how others see you, not just as another player in the game of life, but as a cornerstone in their personal and professional landscapes. As you cultivate this image of irreplaceable independence, you not only secure a place of priority in their lives, but also embrace the Stoic ideal of self-sufficiency, leading to a life where you are not just included, but essential. This approach does not manipulate but empowers, fostering relationships built on genuine respect and mutual benefit. Rule 3. Create your own happiness. The pursuit of happiness is a universal journey, yet its source is often sought externally in the affirmation and approval of others. The third Stoic rule challenges this norm by advocating for the creation of one's own happiness, a principle that not only promises personal joy but also enhances one's attractiveness to others. This Stoic belief in self-sufficiency teaches that the most appealing individuals are not those who seek happiness through others, but those who find it within themselves. To embody this principle, one must first understand that happiness is a state of mind, not a set of circumstances. Stoics argue that by internalizing happiness and severing the ties that bind it to the conditions set by the external world, one gains a powerful form of independence. This self-generated joy is stable and infectious, capable of attracting others who are drawn to its resilience and authenticity. For practical application, consider the art of mindfulness, which involves being fully present in the moment and finding contentment in the here and now, regardless of life's ups and downs. This could be as simple as savoring a morning coffee, appreciating the serene moments of a walk, or finding fulfillment in hobbies that one spirit. Each of these activities strengthens the internal foundation of happiness, making the individual not only more self-sufficient, but also more deeply contented and, consequently, more compelling to others. Another way to cultivate this intrinsic happiness is through gratitude journaling, a practice that shifts focus from what is lacking to what is abundantly present. By regularly noting thankful for, a person can alter their mindset from one of scarcity to one of plenty, which radiates positivity and attracts people towards this newfound light. Sharing this personal joy outwardly is equally important. Happiness that is nurtured internally does not remain contained, it spills over, enriching the lives of those around. This could be manifested in sharing your positive practices with friends or engaging in community service, where the joy you cultivate within yourself can directly contribute to the well-being of others. By creating and nurturing your own happiness, you embody a beacon of self-sufficiency and positivity. This makes you not only a magnet for others, but also transforms how you experience life, proving that happiness is not a gift bestowed by the external, but a treasure built within. As we transition to the next Stoic rule, remember that this internal joy is not just about making oneself happy, It's about setting a foundation that elevates every interaction you have, making you an indispensable presence in any circle. Rule 4. Be costly and let them invest. In the grand narrative of life, our value in the eyes of others can significantly influence how we are treated and prioritized. Stoicism teaches us that to be valued, we must first understand the importance of allowing others to invest in us, both emotionally and practically. This principle of becoming a valuable part of others' lives is not about monetary worth, but about becoming someone whose presence is irreplaceable and cherished. To be truly valuable, one must first perceive oneself as worthy of an investment. This begins with self-respect and an acknowledgement of one's own worth. When you value yourself highly, others are likely to mirror this perception. The Stoic philosophy emphasizes living a life of virtue and integrity as a cornerstone of personal value. By embodying qualities such as honesty, reliability, and kindness, you naturally elevate your stature in the eyes of those around you, encouraging them to invest their time and emotions into your relationship. Encouraging others to invest in you also means letting them contribute to your life in meaningful ways. This could be as simple as asking for help on a project, seeking advice on a personal matter, or sharing responsibilities in a partnership. Each act of allowing others to assist you not only strengthens the bonds of your relationships, but also increases your perceived value. People value what they work to build. By letting others invest in you, you become a more significant part of their world. This investment should be reciprocal. As others invest in you, your engagement in their lives should reflect a similar commitment. Show appreciation for their efforts, acknowledge their support, and be present in times of need. This reciprocity fosters a deep-rooted connection, building a mutual dependence that is the very essence of a meaningful relationship. Moreover, being costly in the sense of being a high-value individual means not spreading yourself too thinly. Quality over quantity in relationships means more profound, more rewarding interactions, which in turn makes you a less replaceable figure in the lives of those you choose to connect with deeply. It is about creating a balance where your presence is not just welcomed but desired. By adopting this Stoic rule, you encourage a dynamic where you are seen as an asset rather than an option. This does not imply a transactional approach to relationships, but rather a mutual exchange of value that enhances the bonds between individuals. As we move to the next Stoic rule, it becomes clear that the essence of these teachings is not merely about self-improvement, but about fostering a community of respect, mutual growth, and enduring connections. Rule 5. Don't make them the center of your life. The journey towards personal fulfillment and respect in one's relationships often begins with a profound yet simple Stoic teaching. Do not make anyone the center of your universe. This principle, rooted in the philosophy of maintaining personal goals and pursuits, is not about emotional detachment but about crafting a life where you are the protagonist of your own story. Embracing independence is crucial not only for personal development, but also for enhancing the dynamics of your relationships. When you have your own interests, passions, and goals, you cultivate a sense of self that is both attractive and inspiring. Independence in this context means not relying solely on others for your happiness or sense of purpose. It involves a balanced life where relationships are part of a rich tapestry that also includes personal achievements and pursuits. This approach has a magnetic effect on how others perceive and interact with you. People are naturally drawn to individuals who exhibit confidence and self-sufficiency. By pursuing your own interests, you not only enrich your life, but also become more intriguing and appealing to those around you. Your personal growth contributes to a persona that others admire and want to associate with, which in turn makes you a valued presence in any relationship. Moreover, maintaining your own goals and independence prevents relationships from becoming stifling or overly dependent. It allows for a healthy space between you and your loved ones, space where each person can grow individually. This kind of dynamic is crucial for any lasting relationship, as it fosters mutual respect and admiration, rather than neediness or clinginess. Engaging in your hobbies, advancing your career, and investing time in your personal growth are all practices that reinforce the Stoic rule. They help establish a life where you are complete with or without others, which paradoxically makes you more desired in your relationships. Your partners and friends will not only respect you more but will also appreciate the unique aspects you bring to the table, a result of your diverse interests and commitments. As we continue to explore the Stoic rules for life, remember that each principle interlinks to form a coherent philosophy aimed at enhancing your presence and value in the eyes of others. By not making others the center of your life, you don't push them away. Instead, you invite them into a richer, more balanced relationship where both parties can thrive independently and together. This not only sets a foundation for healthier interactions, but also aligns with the Stoic ideal of self-sufficiency and personal virtue. Rule 6. Prioritize your own needs first. In the realm of relationships, striking a balance between catering to the needs of others and prioritizing your own can be a delicate endeavor. Yet the Stoic philosophy offers clear guidance on this matter. Prioritize your own needs first. This rule is not about selfishness but about cultivating a profound sense of self-respect that enhances both your well-being and your interpersonal interactions. Valuing your own needs is essential for maintaining your health and happiness, which are the bedrock upon which fruitful relationships are built. When you respect yourself and prioritize your needs, you set a standard for how others should treat you. This act of self-care sends a signal to those around you that you value yourself, and this in turn teaches them to value you as well. Implementing this principle requires clear action steps. It's important to establish personal boundaries. These boundaries are not barriers to keep people out but rather markers that define how you expect to be treated. They are an assertion of your dignity and a declaration of your worth. For example, you might set a boundary around your time by choosing not to answer work calls or texts after hours, or around your emotional well-being by opting out of conversations that consistently leave you feeling drained or disrespected. Another key action is effective communication. Expressing your needs clearly and directly is crucial. This doesn't mean making demands without regard for others' feelings, but rather being honest about what you need to remain happy and engaged in the relationship. Whether it's asking for help around the house, expressing the need for quiet time, or discussing how you prefer to handle conflict, clear communication helps prevent misunderstandings and builds a healthier, more resilient connection. Moreover, practicing self-care is a tangible way to prioritize your needs. Self-care can range from ensuring you have time each week to engage in hobbies that rejuvenate you, to maintaining a regular exercise routine, or simply ensuring you get enough sleep. Each act of self-care reinforces the value you place on your own well-being and models to others the importance of this practice. As you integrate this Stoic rule into your life, remember that prioritizing your own needs doesn't diminish your capacity to care for others. Rather, it enhances it. By ensuring your own cup is full, you are better equipped to be present and supportive in your relationships. This not only leads to a more satisfying life, but also aligns with the Stoic pursuit of living a reasoned and virtuous life. As we explore the next Stoic principle, consider how valuing yourself first is not only beneficial for you but also for everyone you interact with. Rule 7. Don't be always available. In a world where constant connectivity is often expected, the Stoic wisdom of not always being available might seem counterintuitive. However, this principle is based on the scarcity principle, which suggests that the less available something is, the more valuable it becomes. This rule isn't about playing hard to get, but about respecting your own time and fostering a healthy balance between availability and personal independence. By intentionally limiting your availability, you can significantly increase how much you are valued and sought after in both personal and professional contexts. When you are always accessible, people may begin to take your presence for granted. Conversely, when your presence is a rare gift, it is treated with more respect and appreciation. This doesn't mean you should ignore important commitments or responsibilities. Rather, it involves creating healthy boundaries that encourage others to recognize and respect your time as a precious commodity. Balancing availability with personal time and interests is crucial in applying this principle effectively. One practical way to do this is by setting specific times during the day when you are available for calls and meetings, and times when you are not. For example, you might designate the early mornings for personal activities such as exercise or meditation and inform your colleagues and friends that you are not available for communications during these hours. This clear demarcation helps manage others' expectations and allows you to enjoy uninterrupted time for personal growth and relaxation. Another strategy is to cultivate hobbies or interests that require your undivided attention. Whether it's painting, writing, engaging in activities that fully absorb purpose. Not only do these pursuits enrich your life and increase your happiness, but they also necessitate periods of unavailability which can elevate your perceived value and independence. Additionally, it's beneficial to be selective with the social engagements you choose to attend. Prioritize quality interactions that are truly meaningful over a high quantity of less significant engagements. This selectiveness adds to your allure and teaches others to cherish the moments they share with you. Implementing the principle of not always being available helps reinforce your self-worth and teaches others to value your time and presence. As you navigate this practice, remember that the goal is to create a life that balances social interactions with personal well-being. This not only makes your time more precious but also enhances your overall life satisfaction, making you a more centered and attractive individual in every interaction. As we move forward to the next Stoic rule, reflect on how protecting your time can lead to a richer, more respected presence in the tapestry of your relationships. Rule 8. Stop starting the conversation all the time. The act of initiating conversation, while often seen as a simple gesture of friendliness, can also subtly influence the dynamics of any relationship. According to Stoic principles, fostering a balanced approach and initiating conversations can not only enhance mutual respect, but also ensure that efforts in maintaining contact are evenly distributed. This rule is not about withholding communication as a power play, but about encouraging a healthier, more reciprocal interaction between individuals. A balanced approach to communication asserts that relationships thrive best when both parties contribute equally to their sustenance. This balance prevents one party from feeling overburdened or under-appreciated, which can often lead to resentment or disconnection. When you consistently take the initiative to start conversations, it might inadvertently set a precedent that your role is to always be the instigator, which can diminish the perceived value of your presence and effort. To encourage mutual effort in maintaining contact, one effective technique is to consciously moderate your rate of initiating contact. Allow room for the other person to reach out to you. This might mean sometimes waiting a bit longer than you might usually do, giving the other person the opportunity to demonstrate their interest and investment in the relationship. It's a practice that not only fosters equality but also builds a foundation where both parties feel equally engaged and valued. Another practical tip is to express openly your desire for balanced communication. During your interactions, you can discuss how meaningful it would be if both ability of equally share the responsibility of initiating conversations. This can be framed positively as a way to enhance your relationship and make it more fulfilling for both sides. Communication about communication can itself be a profound way to deepen connection and understanding. Furthermore, it's beneficial to reflect on the nature of your exchanges. Are your conversations mostly functional, or do they enrich your relationship? Encouraging more meaningful dialogue, sharing personal victories, concerns, or simply daily experiences can motivate both parties to initiate more often, driven by the mutual benefits derived from these deeper interactions. By applying this Stoic rule, you encourage a dynamic of mutual respect and effort, which is essential for any healthy relationship. As you navigate this practice, it's important to remember that the aim is not to keep score but to foster an environment where both individuals feel equally compelled and valued in their contributions to the relationship. As we progress to the next Stoic principle, consider how nurturing balanced communication can transform not just personal relationships, but professional ones as well, creating a more engaged and equitable community around you. Rule 9. Don't be too emotionally attached. In navigating the complexities of relationships, maintaining an emotional equilibrium is key. Stoicism, a philosophy rooted in rationality and resilience, teaches us the value of not becoming too emotionally attached. This rule serves to cultivate a balanced, emotional life that does not overly depend on others for emotional fulfillment, ensuring relationships are healthy and mutually enriching. Emotional balance in relationships means recognizing that while deep emotional connections are important, it is equally crucial to maintain a level of detachment that allows both parties to grow independently. This balance prevents relationships from becoming suffocating or overly dependent, where one's happiness becomes entirely contingent on another's presence and actions. Such dependencies not only strain relationships but also diminish one's sense of self-sufficiency. To achieve this equilibrium, it is to cultivate a sense of contentment that is independent of your relationships. Engaging in activities that fulfill you personally, whether they be hobbies, career pursuits, or spiritual practices, can anchor your emotional well-being. This does not diminish the love or care you have for others, rather, it enriches your capacity to engage with them more healthily and sustainably. Moreover, managing emotional investments is crucial. One practical strategy is to consciously assess how much of your emotional energy you are investing in relationships and to what effect. If you find your emotional state swinging drastically based on interactions with others, it may be time to recalibrate your emotional investments. Setting boundaries, such as limiting the time spent in emotionally draining situations or choosing not to engage in every conflict, can help maintain your emotional health. Another piece of guidance is to communicate openly about your emotional needs and limits. This transparency can prevent misunderstandings and set a clear framework within which your relationships can operate. It allows both parties to understand what to expect and how to support each other without overstepping emotional boundaries. By not being too emotionally attached, you allow yourself and those around you the space to be individuals with separate emotional worlds. This space is not a gap of affection, but a breathing room that enhances the quality of the connection. It prevents the relationship from becoming an emotional crutch and instead allows it to be a source of mutual support and joy. In applying this Stoic principle, we find that relationships grounded in emotional equilibrium are not only healthier but also more resilient. They can thrive under various circumstances and provide a stable, supportive foundation for both individuals. As we explore the final Stoic rule, reflect on how maintaining emotional balance can transform your relationships into enduring sources of strength and happiness. Rule 10. Be willing to walk away. In the grand tapestry of human relationships, the willingness to walk away from situations that no longer serve our well-being is not just an act of self-preservation. It is the ultimate leverage. This final Stoic rule encapsulates the power of asserting one's independence and dignity, even in the face of difficult choices. It teaches that true empowerment comes from the readiness to leave unfulfilling or detrimental relationships, reinforcing the principle that a self-respect must always come first. The ability to end relationships that drain, rather than enrich your life, is a profound demonstration of self-respect. It signals a deep understanding that your well-being should not be compromised for the sake of maintaining peace or avoiding conflict. This decision, while often difficult, is rooted in the Stoic belief in autonomy and the pursuit of a virtuous life. It asserts that staying in a toxic situation is a disservice to oneself, and that true strength lies in the ability to say enough. Embracing this mindset offers not just liberation, but also serves as a powerful deterrent against being taken for granted. When it is known that you are capable of walking away, your relationships are more likely to be treated with the seriousness and respect they deserve. This does not mean you should be quick to leave at every sign of trouble, but that you are prepared to do so if your core values and emotional well-being are continually compromised. Practically, maintaining this readiness involves several key steps. First, it requires a clear understanding of your values and what you deem as non-negotiable in your relationships. Regular self-reflection can help maintain clarity about what you truly value and recognize when a line has been crossed. Additionally, building a support network of friends and family can provide the emotional backing needed to make tough decisions. Knowing there are people who support your well-being can make it easier to leave harmful situations. Moreover, developing financial and emotional independence is crucial. This independence ensures that your decision to stay in any relationship is based on mutual respect and fulfillment, not out of necessity or fear of loneliness. Cultivating personal interests and passions also reinforces your sense of self, providing a solid foundation that doesn't waver easily under the pressures of toxic relationships. By incorporating this Stoic principle into your life, you empower yourself to lead a life of dignity and respect. It teaches that while relationships are integral to a fulfilling life, they should never be maintained at the expense of your own well-being. As we conclude our exploration of the 10 Stoic rules for life, remember that each rule is a stepping stone towards a more empowered and prioritized existence, where self-respect and mutual respect hand in hand sculpt the landscape of your relationships. As we conclude our exploration of the 10 Stoic rules for life, we are reminded that Stoicism is not merely a philosophical inquiry, but a practical guide to how we are perceived and prioritized by others. These rules serve as a blueprint for cultivating a life where you are not only respected and valued, but also where your personal well-being is paramount. From maintaining an air of mystery to fostering the courage to walk away from unfulfilling relationships, these principles empower us to take control of our social dynamics. We learned the importance of balancing our emotional investments, ensuring that our personal happiness is self-sought and that our presence in others' lives is both rare and valuable. Each rule intricately weaves into the next, creating a robust framework for interpersonal relationships that are built on respect, independence, and mutual growth. Now imagine a life where you are consistently prioritized, not taken for granted, and where your relationships are sources of strength and positivity. By implementing these Stoic rules, such a life is not only possible but within reach. These principles encourage us not only to respect ourselves but also to foster relationships that respect our time, our presence, and our contributions. This journey requires a commitment to self-reflection and a willingness to make sometimes difficult, but always rewarding, adjustments in how we interact with the world. Let these Stoic teachings inspire you to reevaluate your current relationships and social habits, and to realign them with the principles of Stoic wisdom. Take a moment to reflect on these rules and decide to integrate them into your life. Start small, perhaps by setting clearer boundaries or by taking more time for yourself. As you practice these principles, observe not only how your relationships change, but also how your own self-perception begins to transform. Remember, the goal is not to manipulate others' perceptions, but to enhance the authenticity and quality of your interactions. Make the commitment today to apply these Stoic rules, and watch as the world begins to prioritize and value you in new and profound ways.